Hi everyone! In the previous video I told you about the most interesting points to visit in Switzerland. In this video we will discover Switzerland and Liechtenstein in a one-day trip that I did in May 2023. I will tell you about a cool public transport ticket that allows you to visit a few cities in one day without spending a lot of money, and some more useful and practical information. Please don't forget to like this video. It's very important for me to receive your feedback in this way. My last video about South Tyrol ended up in Müstair, a small village near the Italian border, and that would be a point where we start today's journey. Not far from Müstair is located the great national park with rich nature and superb walking trails. I saw the spot from the window of the bus number 811 going from Müstair to Zernez. This bus also passes small Swiss villages, and that is an aesthetic pleasure to see. The higher the bus goes, the foggier it becomes. At some point, the snow appears. Public transport prices are high. For example, just a single ticket for the bus riding from Müstair to Zernez, the one that you see on the video, costs almost 11 Swiss francs. And if you decide to visit a few Swiss cities in one day, that could cost you a lot. This is not an advertisement, simply knowledge sharing. Swiss Railways SBB has a cool ticket that is called Saver Day Pass. Depending on how much in advance you buy it, it can cost just 52 Swiss francs. With this ticket, you can use almost all public transport in Switzerland an unlimited number of times during the validity day. Check the validity area, as not 100% roads in Switzerland are covered. But I should say almost all destinations are available for you, and you may visit a few cities of Switzerland in one day. This map shows where your Super Saver ticket is valid. It's everywhere in Switzerland where you see non-dotted lines. Pay attention that the ticket is valid not only for railways, that's red lines, and intercity buses, yellow lines. But it's also valid for many cable cars and even for beautiful boat trips. For example, at the Lake Bodensee or on the road from Schaffhausen to Konstanz, which is 4.5 hours one way. So you have a lot of ideas on how to spend your time in Switzerland. Also remember that Super Saver ticket is valid in some cities for a city public transport. And the most important, with the ticket you stay flexible. You can prepare an approximate plan of your trip, but you may move it dynamically. You don't have to stick to a specific train and timetable. By the way, don't forget that this ticket also covers some destinations even outside of Switzerland. For example, some points in Italy far from the Swiss border. Also, the ticket covers major bus roads to Liechtenstein. It's important to mention again that this ticket does not cover absolutely everything. Some trains require reservations. In this case, you are required to pay an additional reservation fee even if your road is covered. Also, as an example, the ticket does not cover famous roads to Jungfraujoch or to Gornergrat or the famous wreck railway Pilatusbahn. So check carefully before planning your trip. But let's go back to our trip. My bus arrived and I had a short walk in Zernez city and visited a local supermarket. Prices in Switzerland are higher than in the rest of Europe, except maybe such countries like Luxembourg, Norway and similar, which are good competitors to Switzerland in prices. If you want to save some money, I recommend you visit discounters like Aldi, Denner and Lidl. Other supermarkets like Coop and Migros usually have higher prices. Zernez surprised me with a Romansh language. For your understanding, only 0.7% of people of Switzerland speak this language, and specifically in Zernez, more than a half of inhabitants of the town speak Romansh. Most Swiss don't know this local language, as it's not an official language on confederal level, only on local level, so it's very cool to visit such authentic places of Switzerland. You know what is the major feeling you have when you visit Switzerland? Calmness. I don't know how it works, but this feeling appears as soon as you cross the border with the neighboring countries. You may just sit on the bench and enjoy this feeling, absolute calmness around, and this great feeling also gets into your soul and your mind, no matter what you had in your head before. Absolutely curing place of the planet. From Zernez, I take a train to Pontresina and I enjoy an amazing morning view of the mountains from a non-crowded train.
Madeleine, vermeden Südumanda. Madeleine, Halt auf Verlangen. Madeleine, request stop.
Close to Pontresina, my train goes parallel to another train, and both trains arrive synchronously on the train station. On arrival, I find out that actually that's my next train that I need to switch to. This train is also relatively empty. From Pontresina, I go to Ospizio Bernina. Many tourists love this road, so even though it's a regular train service, the train carriage has an audio guide about the places this train passes, especially for tourists. The higher the train goes, the more snow appears around. Ospizio Bernina station, I step off the train. The station is 2,256 meters above sea level. It's both the highest station and highest point on the Bernina Railway. The Bernina Railway is notably the highest rail crossing in Europe. At Ospizio Bernina, I spent around half an hour walking around the station. Compared to plus 23 degrees above zero in Bozen, in South Tyrol, here I've got around 0 or -1. Don't make the mistake like I did in this video. Don't step on the snow, your feet will sink deep into it. My next train arrives. This time it's Bernina Express. This train has mandatory seat reservation. My Saver Day Pass ticket covers this road, but I had to pay additionally for the seat reservation. So why did I book Bernina Express then? Bernina Express Road was declared a World Heritage Site in 2008. This road was built more than 100 years ago. A complete 4-hour railway journey includes 196 bridges and 55 tunnels. I made only half of the complete Bernina Express road. Was it worth it? Unfortunately, the train was crowded, and I wasn't able to enjoy the beauty of nature in the same way as I did on the previous train. Additionally to it, there was an awful sound every 2-3 minutes. And that lasted for the complete trip. Not always things that are very popular among many tourists are good, so I suggest you decide your own way. But of course, the road is very cool. Definitely cool experience, just way too popular among tourists. And one more bonus, you get some gifts on your way. In my case, that was Swiss chocolate and very tasty herbal tea. My Bernina Express arrives in Chur. It's a relatively big city with 35,000 inhabitants. The city is famous among tourists. I didn't have much time to explore it, but I had an approximately 1-hour walk. From Chur, I took a train to another Swiss city, Zernez. Here you can easily find a bus going to Liechtenstein. It's just a cross-border public transport. Usually there's no border control between Switzerland and Liechtenstein. You just know that the border is a river and that you switch countries as soon as you cross the bridge. As soon as you enter Liechtenstein, the fairy tale starts. It's like double Switzerland, extremely picturesque and very wealthy. Just look at these streets. Despite its small size, Liechtenstein is one of the world's wealthiest nations, known for its strong economy and high standard of living. The country is a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary democracy, and it is ruled by the Prince of Liechtenstein. Vaduz, the capital city, is a charming town surrounded by the picturesque Alps. When you are here, you have a very strange feeling, like everything around you is a dream, a fairy tale, a non-existent reality. Everything looks so idealistic that you feel like you are in a toy town. Liechtenstein has its own car plates, its own mobile carrier, pretty much everything that a separate independent country should have. The only exception is probably its own currency. Liechtenstein uses Swiss francs. Also, Liechtenstein has its own post. So you have a chance to send a postcard to your friends from this tiny country. On the top of the hill there is Vaduz castle. This is a symbol of the country and the house of the Prince of Liechtenstein. Because of that, it's not open for public visits. On the day of my visit in 2023, this castle was under renovation. And that's my own photos of the castle from 2016 and 2017. On the way to the castle, which again cannot be visited from inside, you may enjoy an unbelievable panoramic view of Vaduz and surroundings. Liechtenstein in general is a very calm and peaceful place with amazing nature. Because of that, it's definitely worth visiting. But personal for me, it is a model of how to live in the ideal world. After spending some time in Vaduz, I return back to Zernez and then make my way to Aarau, where I meet my friends and spend some time with them. On the way I see a stunning Zürichsee, and a train goes very close to the water, so you can see how clean it is. Crystal clean water. The color is like on the best photoshopped images. But this is not Photoshop. That's what you really see with your own eyes. I don't know how they are able to keep it so clean in this modern world. I have a lot of respect for the Swiss that they protect their nature so much. Aarau city is not touristy, but it also has very nice old architecture. Aarau is a bit similar to some German cities. After spending some time in Aarau, I went to Laufenburg. Laufenburg is both a Swiss and German town. It's divided between Switzerland and Germany. And that's the point where I will start my next video. We will talk about border-divided Swiss-German cities along the Rhine River. And of course about Basel, with its cross-border trams. Just imagine, you can ride a tram from Switzerland to France and from Switzerland to Germany. Stay tuned! And don't forget to like this video.
La Pontresina, halt auf Verlangen. La Pontresina, request stop.